Hi ladies, it's Aoife from Women's Health Dublin. This week I am exactly 4 weeks postpartum, and here's my little Maisie. I got so many lovely messages for the last few weeks saying, "Oh my God, you are just flying it, Aoife. I'm at home and I haven't slept and I feel like crap." And then I thought, God, I'm being one of those typical Instagram people who is, dolling myself up, looking amazing. Well, not looking amazing, but looking like I'm just finding it all so easy. And that's not true. So this week I'm going to do my little journey story, if you like, and show you what I'm really like. So still in my jammies. It's almost midday. I've Maisie strapped to me. She's fallen asleep. Like loads of mums out there at this around 4 weeks mark, like babies are kind of waking up to the world way more alert, getting a bit fussy, struggling with the old poos a bit and keeping me up loads of the night. So I feel you girls, I'm the exact same. I'm wrecked. That's how I describe myself this week in one word is wrecked. And we're trying to recover still from the birth, and we're trying to take to motherhood, and obviously I have a toddler as well, and trying to heal ourselves and do all our exercises, and we're absolutely exhausted. So look, I'm the exact same. So this is what I look like for the majority of each morning, at least till my little boy comes home, and then I get dressed and say, right, let's go out somewhere. And good and bad days. And once I get a few hours sleep, I feel like, gosh, someone's given me, an injection of energy. um, but there's other days where I'm just absolutely exhausted. I'm back into bed till 11 or 12 o'clock. And I'm so lucky my husband's working from home. So lucky my little boy is in Montessori, and we have a nice little system. And my husband brings my little boy to Montessori, and I can go back to bed if I've had a bad night. And if I've had a good night, I'm out walking, meeting a friend for a cup of coffee, or, you know, just enjoying my time. And then other days I'm like back to bed, ignoring the world, phone off. So, just to give you an update on how my body's doing, um, my swelling, I've got my rings back on, woohoo, at 4 weeks, and they came off around the 28-week mark. Some people keep their rings on the whole way, but no way, mine took them off. So they're a little bit tight. Don't think I'll get them back off now, but they're staying on. I'm married again. So definitely still a little bit of swelling, still a little bit of night sweats. Like again, I keep saying 95%. I feel like I'm the same. I still get some night sweats. Um, I have no pelvic girdle pain. I forgot to say that last week. Someone messaged me afterwards. I've zero pelvic girdle pain. I can turn in bed, sit straight up, get up and down, go for long walks, nothing in my pelvic girdle. And again, 4 weeks ago, even during my labor, I still had some pelvic girdle pain as I was walking around that pre-labor ward. Didn't impact my labor at all, but now it's completely sorted itself. And again, I've done nothing to do that. I haven't done exercise or anything. It's just gone. So if yours isn't gone, go and see a women's health physio or MSK physio. You need to get some help if you feel like it's not vastly improved at that 4 week stage. Um, Definitely a bit of heaviness down there. So probably a mild prolapse. Nothing I can see on a mirror or anything. So nothing that's down. But definitely a little bit of heaviness if I'm walking for long or using the sling walking. And look, like all mums, like we have to lift, and we have to lift for extended periods of time. And I've had to lift my little boy a couple of times, and they'll say, don't lift anything heavier than your baby till you've got a 3-year-old screaming. And, sometimes you need to pick them up. So it's really hard to follow all the exact advice. Um, Definitely when I do like a cough or a sneeze, I don't feel a heaviness down there, but I definitely feel my pelvic floor. So thank goodness I have no incontinence and no leakage, but I definitely feel things move. So I'm trying to squeeze my pelvic floor just before I cough or sneeze, and that makes such a difference. So for me, my focus in rehab really needs to be pelvic floor for sure. Okay. I did my diastasis video, and I don't really have a diastasis, which is amazing, but I do have weakness in the pelvic floor. And look, this little girl was 11 pounds and, second baby being pushed out. So would you expect there be some issues down around the pelvic floor and the fascia and the connections down there? Yes, you would. So I really need to focus on pelvic floor, and that's what I'm going to be doing in the next few weeks. Pelvic floor combined with tummy, glutes, your core muscles. Okay, so we're going to be progressing the exercises this week to bring in some of the other muscle groups and make them more functional, like squats and bridges, and not just lying on my back squeezing my pelvic floor muscles. When I cough or sneeze, I need a fast contraction. When I'm lifting baby or lifting toddler, I need to be able to engage all those muscles and do squat type movements. So we're going to make them much more functional. I really want to start using my little pessary this week, just one that I can take in and out, and I will do little, not a real life demonstration, but just demonstration on how you can use it at home and how to wash and everything. I just still have a tiny bit of bleeding, so you just don't want blood to gather on this, and then it can grow bacteria and I don't want to get infection. So I keep thinking it's finished, and then and then a tiny bit will come, and again that happens everyone. So I keep thinking I'm finished now, so it's just the tiniest little bit still there. So hopefully this week I'll start using this, and then I'll let you know if I found that really helpful. My plan is to use this when I know I'm going for a long walk, when I'm deciding to do exercise, if I'm going to do bouts of exercise for 15 or 20 minutes. Then I'm just going to use this when I'm kind of upping the intensity of my activity, not all day, and definitely take it out at night. What else? Little bit of constipation, really trying to keep good on my water and my food. The odd morning I'm just using stool softeners. I just want to make sure with the weakness or any sign of prolapse down there that I'm not straining. So that's really important for all of us in these early weeks postpartum. And I'm trying to keep good on my food, but again, when you're exhausted, some days you're reaching for things or overdoing on the coffee. So I definitely do want to be really mindful of that. So the odd day I'm using a stool softener if I'm finding there's any issues. Don't forget our squatty potty, feet are up, relaxing the belly, and just let everything go and try not to strain. If you're sitting there for 10 or 15 minutes, nothing's happening, get up and leave it and come back again later. Okay. Pins and needles, much improved. I think that's because I'm using the sling more, so I'm not holding her for long periods. Again, at this age, they're up in your arms a lot because they just don't want to go down. And again, that's kind of a developmental thing. So yeah, I don't have as much pins and needles as I do. Just the tips of my fingers feel a bit tingly or a little bit numb. Definitely had this the last time myself, so I know that'll hopefully be gone in another couple of weeks. I'll let you know. Nothing that impacts my life, just an awareness of the tips of all my fingers, that little bit of tingling there. I haven't had any low back pain. My tummy muscles are obviously still a bit weak, but I'm managing to lift and get up in bed and, get into breastfeeding positions at night. My upper back, a few times I have had some pain now this week, more when I'm breastfeeding at night if I don't get into the right position, if I'm kind of leaning back a little bit so the cushions aren't supporting me enough, just bang right in the middle of my shoulder blades gets quite uncomfortable, and even if I tilt my neck, kind of irritates it. So I am just good at correcting that position. Don't just stay there holding baby and prioritizing baby and ignoring it. Try and maneuver yourself so that pain is gone. I definitely don't get it all day every day. Some women really do, and sometimes I say to them it's because your core is so weak, you're doing so much in your upper back, you're lifting through your upper back, or you're slouching to feed, everything's weak, so your posture's not good. But if you're getting constant upper back pain, go and see a physio again. I have really kept up my exercises this week. So look, ladies, I'm calling you out here. I don't want to hear I don't have time. Like, I am wrecked too. I have a little toddler as well. So I'm just making sure 3 times a day, my 10 by 10 seconds and my 10 fast. And like I had advised in my exercise video last week, like in the morning before I get out of the bed, when I go to bed at night time, just getting in there to do my exercise before I fall asleep, and then one other time during the day if we're going for a nap, if my husband takes her, any other time during the day, just to get them done again. So even if you have to do them sitting up and you feel you're a bit stronger, I can do them sitting up. So just make sure 3 times a day you're getting them done, because we're going to start progressing. Your pelvic health is your wealth going forward. So again, for me, I have to prioritize it. I want to make some strength gains now rather than 6 months down the road. Okay. So I want to not let this prolapse get worse or my pelvic floor get weaker and weaker when I'm lifting and I'm weak in my core muscles. So I'm really prioritizing that I get them done, and I'm going to continue to do that. And I really appeal to you all to try and just fit them into your day rather than making excuses. I know that sounds like a real teacher in me. Yeah, so exhaustion is my key symptom this week, and I'm sure a lot of you feel the same. Some little tips, like I find because I'm breastfeeding, when she's around me, she just wants, she kind of smells you, as they say. So I go to bed at about 8 or 8:30 every night. I have her asleep after her cluster feeds, and then I walk around the kitchen, and then she's asleep. And I give her to my husband, and he keeps her downstairs or in the room with him, and I'm in a spare room, just so I can get a few hours sleep uninterrupted. So I'm managing to get about 4 hours at the start of every night. So from 8:30 to 12:30, or from 9 to 1. So when he comes in with her for her first feed, I'm like, what time is it? Just to see how much sleep did I get. So getting that block of 4 hours honestly is a game changer. And then for the rest of the night, I'm like, I got another 2 hours and another 1 hour. So I got a 7 hour total, or I got an 8 hour total. And that's how you just get through these first few weeks. And then if you're exhausted during the day and baby's asleep, you might get back for another nap, you know. So that's how I'm working my sleep. And again, my body is trying to recover, and I'm trying to recover, and breastfeeding's tired, and motherhood is tiring. So trying to get that sleep in, I think, is the best medicine at this stage. And just make sure it's priority. Cancel walks with friends or visits if you've had a bad day. And I've done that a few times, and everyone understands. Everyone's like, no problem, maybe tomorrow, you know. So again, hope you all found that helpful. I'm gonna keep up these just postpartum journey probably to the 6 weeks. I feel for you all out there who are actually struggling with pain, be it after your section or episiotomies or high grade tears. Do you know, like I am so lucky. Even though I feel weak in my body, I'm not in pain at all. So yeah, I'm tired and I'm weak and I'm hungry, but I'm not in pain. So, you know, keep on top of your pain management, keep up any support systems you can, and look after yourself. And again, in terms of all that healing, like rest is really important for that. And I know it's easier said than done. So look, I feel for everyone, and I'm happy to be here supporting you all. And reach out if you've any questions, and see your women's health, in brackets, pelvic health physio. If you're struggling or need extra help, don't wait. Go and see and ask for help, or talk to your GP. Hope you all have a lovely Sunday, bank holiday weekend. I'm Aoife from Women's Health Dublin.ie.